Welcome back, everybody. My name's Token D Rock here with another video. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Honduras getting its first Bitcoin ATM in its country's capital. We're also going to be talking about Ripple pushing back on the SEC and plenty more, so stay tuned. First things first, let's take a look at the market. Bitcoin dominance is down to 42%. I believe it went as low as 41% in the past 72 hours. Bitcoin is looking at 48.5 roughly. Ethereum finally broke resistance right around 3,300. It's sitting at 3,700 roughly. Cardano at 287. BNB approaching 500 bucks. Remember, Bitcoin does become legal tender in a week's time on September 7th over in El Salvador. Maybe the push that we need to get us closer to all-time highs. But remember, if you're buying altcoins, pay attention to Bitcoin, spread out those buys, dollar cost average, you know the drill. So our first news of the day comes out of South Korea. They're finding that millennials between the ages of 30 and 39 are the demographic with the most deposits on major exchanges in South Korea. For Q2 of this year, South Korean residents in this age demographic deposited roughly 2.2 trillion Korean won to crypto exchanges Upbit, Bithumb, Coin1, and Corbit. South Korean teenagers, in contrast, have the fewest deposits at roughly $3.4 million, but this was still an increase of more than 400%. compared with the $824,000 that they deposited in Q1 of 2021 earlier this year. All age groups are investing in virtual assets, said Do Hyun Yoon, a member of the National Assembly's Political Affairs Committee. The government needs to be more careful in setting a policy on virtual assets, including paying special attention to the position of young investors. Upbit users accounted for the majority of the deposits with 3.5 billion Korean won, followed by Bithumb and Coin1. This month, Upbit reportedly became one of the first South Korean crypto exchanges to register with the country's regulators. And earlier this year, the Financial Services Commission announced that the local crypto trading platforms will be required to register as digital asset service providers before September 24th. And if they are not in compliance, they may be fined up to 50 million Korean won or sentenced up to 5 years in prison. What's interesting to note is that as major crypto exchanges work to meet this deadline of September 24th, smaller exchanges have reportedly considered suing the South Korean government over its alleged failure to take responsibility for excessive regulatory pressure. My thoughts on all of this is very good for crypto by and large. We are seeing South Koreans waking up to the realization that their fiat currency, like many others around the globe, are being devalued by the massive money printing that is being caused by the massive governmental spending that is being driven by the pandemic, etc. So it's very cool to see more and more people parking their fiat into crypto because they see the writing on the wall. My fiat's losing value, so the way I can hedge against this is putting my money into crypto. We're seeing even teenagers come to this realization, so it's very, very good for crypto. Headed over to Honduras for our next bit of news. Honduras gets its first Bitcoin ATM. TGU Consulting Group, a Honduran company based in the capital of Tegucigalpa, has reportedly installed the country's first Bitcoin ATM. This is big stuff. According to a report on Friday, TGU Chief Executive Juan Mayen led the move to install the Bitcoin ATM in one of the capital's office buildings. The La Bitcoinera machine allows crypto enthusiasts to purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum using the local fiat currency, Lempira, provided they are willing to scan their IDs and disclose certain personal information. Mayan said this is the first automated way to purchase Bitcoin in Honduras, but many software developers have been accepting crypto payments for a while now. TGU executive also said that many Hondurans have had to exchange cash for crypto in person, an action he described as very inconvenient and dangerous in the country as the level of crime in Honduras is very high. If you recall in last week's video, we pointed out how El Salvador is making Bitcoin legal tender next week on September 7th, and with that comes the launch of 200 ATMs where Salvadorans will be able to withdraw and deposit funds 24 hours a day with zero remittance fees, in contrast to the traditional system with Western Union, where it is not open 24 hours a day, and you have to pay ridiculous fees to send those funds to wherever it's going to. So as more and more people wake up to that realization and don't want to pay those remittance fees, they want to have access to their funds 24 hours a day, they're going to adopt the Chivo app and start using these ATMs. So it only makes sense that Honduras set up their first Bitcoinera in Tegucigalpa. I mean, they border El Salvador, and it would make sense if Guatemala implemented something similar within one of their cities, and maybe we'll see Nicaragua follow suit. Slowly but surely, we are going to see dominoes fall like crazy. This is very good for Bitcoin and crypto by and large. I love it. Headed over to the US for the remainder of our crypto news for the day. Texas-based investment manager US Global Investors has bought exposure to Bitcoin. They added more than $566,389 worth of shares to Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, or GBTC, to 3 of its 8 mutual funds as of June 30th. The filings show the company invested $302,899 worth of GBTC in gold and precious metals fund, $222,532,000 in world precious minerals fund, and $40,958 in its global resources fund. Bitcoin exposure represents up to 0.19% of the net assets in the funds. Given the gold and precious metals funds alone has roughly $158 million in assets under management. However, it is a seemingly surprising investment from a firm that has significant exposure to gold, minerals, precious metals, petroleum, and other natural resources. U.S. Global Investors also classify GBT as common equity. Peter Schiff, a gold bug, pointed out that this is not a surprise, nor does it indicate a shift in the way other gold equity managers view crypto or Bitcoin. He also further noted that the CEO of U.S. Global Investors, Frank Holmes, is also the executive chair of crypto mining firm Hive Blockchain, so it's not a stretch that they're buying Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It makes sense, it adds up. And Holmes had previously predicted the price of Bitcoin and Ether could reach $80,000 and $3,000 respectively in 2021. Obviously, Ethereum has crushed that $3,000 threshold, and it wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin crushed the $80,000 threshold that Holmes is predicting by the end of the year. Considering all the circumstances with the pandemic and everything, inflation, I think it's reasonable to say that Bitcoin will go to at least 80K as of this year. What we're seeing before our very eyes is more investors and investment manager companies like U.S. Global Investors are looking to diversify their holdings and their portfolios a bit further by buying Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. They're also seeing the writing on the wall that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. It has real-world application. There's a finite amount of it, meaning world governments can't print it into oblivion and devalue it. Very, very good principles supporting Bitcoin, and that is why they are buying this Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. It is also well noted that buying Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, it's an easy way to get a good discount on Bitcoin. Granted, when you buy the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, you don't actually hold any Bitcoin. You're buying more like a share of a stock. But anyways, it's very, very cool to see more and more institutions hopping on board, more and more companies hopping on board and adding Bitcoin or Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to their balance sheets. This is very, very good stuff, you guys. Our next bit of news has to pertain to Ripple, who has filed a motion to compel the United States SEC to disclose its internal cryptocurrency trading policies as part of the ongoing legal battle with the securities regulator. James Fallon, an attorney closely following the SEC's case against Ripple, shared a new motion document seeking to bring clarity to whether the SEC permitted its own employees to trade XRP, which, as per the regulator's allegations, is an unregistered security. Filed last Friday on the behalf of several defendants, including Ripple Labs, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, and Ripple Executive Chairman Chris Larson. The motion asks the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York to compel the SEC to produce data on its trading policies for governing digital assets. The motion seeks to compel the SEC to provide anonymized documents reflecting trading pre-clearance decisions not only for XRP but also Bitcoin and Ethereum. Defendants also seek certifications concerning SEC employees' XRP holdings, again, either with redactions of personal information or in aggregate form. The motion action reads, the defendants emphasize that the previous effort to obtain the information from the FCC has failed so far. We met and conferred with the SEC on this issue on July 8th, 15th, August 18th, and 25th without any progress. And according to Falan, the court has given the SEC until September 3rd to respond to the latest motion. It's pretty big stuff. Ripple's latest legal efforts come as the community anticipates an upcoming virtual meeting with the SEC to discuss the firm's pending motion to compel the regulator to produce a pack of documents that defendants believe are relevant to the fair notice defense. Keep it 100 with you guys. I don't even like Ripple, but I think what they're asking of the SEC is very reasonable, and it's in the SEC's best interest to be fully transparent and disclose all the information Ripple's asking for, because it would be very interesting if we were to find that a few of their employees have a big bag of Ripple and they're turning a blind eye to that, but meanwhile publicly they're demonizing, attacking Ripple as a security. The average investor shouldn't be able to buy it, shouldn't be able to trade it. There'd be a conflict of interest if you catch my drift. So rules do not apply for your employees, but the average investor, that's where the rules apply. Okay, and that would leave a really, really bad taste in people's mouths, which would cause a bigger pushback on the SEC, which may or may not be needed. So I think what Ripple's asking is very reasonable, and SEC should be fully transparent. Otherwise, if an investigation goes into this later on and the truth comes out that some of their employees have been holding Ripple, it's not going to look good for them. So SEC, be transparent. That about does it for today's video, everyone. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We've got some links down below for you to check out, so please do so. Earn some passive income on the crypto you're hodling long term with BlockFi and Celsius. Get trading today over on Binance US. Stay up to date with your crypto prices over on CoinMarketCap. Stay up to date with your favorite altcoin events on CoinMarketCal. Follow us over on Facebook for occasional callouts. And until next time, everyone, my name's Token D Rock, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.